I'm currently driving to another small town here in Guangdong, and this one is about 3 hours away from where I live in Shenzhen. The town is called Lubu, and if you haven't heard of it before, I wouldn't blame you. It's one of those places you can drive through in about 5 minutes. But I have a feeling this is more than a 5-minute town. The reason why I'm here is I heard they have a killer farmer's market, and I'm a sucker for those. But is it worth the effort to come all the way out here? Let me park the car and find out. The first thing I encountered was an audio recording from a megaphone that left me a little perplexed.
I wonder what it's saying.
It kind of had a little rhythm to it, which I really liked. All right, cameras ready, off to the market. Immediately, it was obvious that the farmer's market was wrapping up for the day. I had come too late. I was also getting a lot of looks from people, and it was making me feel a little self-conscious. But I guess it makes sense since I am a foreigner carrying a big camera around. I made my way back to the van to decide what else to do in this town. And as I was sitting there, a local came up and told me that I should check out the waterfront. So I made my way over, and what I found out is Lubu is a historic town that dates all the way back to the late Ming Dynasty in the 17th century. Because of its location next to the Xijiang River, historically it's been a great place to trade. But these days it's simply a fun place to hang out and enjoy the view. To get the long, smooth shots that I'm getting right now, I use a gimbal, and the one I'm using today is the Zhiyun Crane 4E, which has motors that are strong enough to carry my heavy camera, and the whole thing is light enough that I can carry it around as I travel. I can even capture this little fella. Let's check out this restaurant that I found in the historic part of Lubu. I always love getting cinematic shots of food, so I asked if I could film in their kitchen, and they were more than willing to show me around. I couldn't help but notice that the chef kept sneaking a peek at the camera every time I pointed the camera at him. What a great guy. And a great chef. The food was delicious. I ate with a restaurant representative and some of his friends, and as we were chatting, I found out something that surprised me. 2 of the guys at the table are local celebrities. They play on Lubu's basketball team. And by chance, there was a game later that evening, which they invited me to. And I love basketball, so I had to go. I showed up a little early and got this great parking spot right next to the court. And quickly, more and more people started to arrive. The game was fierce. And while I watched the ball go back and forth down the court, I couldn't help but notice the cheers of the crowd. It seemed as though the whole town had showed up to support their team. And that's when I realized something. Maybe the reason I had experienced so much attention earlier in the day wasn't just because I was a foreigner with a camera, but because I was in the presence of a tight community, a place where everyone knows each other, and they wanted to get to know me. As I walked back to my car, Part of me didn't want to leave, and that's when I realized I couldn't. That great parking spot I had gotten before was now surrounded by mopeds. It was as if Lubu had a funny way of getting me to stick around just a little longer. I had a great time in Lubu, and it actually reminded me of the small town I grew up in. A place where you know the people around you. There's something beautiful about that.